In my last video, you guys have been asking for a part 2, so here it is. In this video, I'm going to show you that he does make some good runs, but he is ignored. But then on the other hand, there's also some things that you need to take into consideration. And that's why in this video, we're going to split it up into 3 different sections: ignored, fed, and has to do better. Now, I'm going to be showing you clips and screenshots from all different types of games in the Premier League, in the Champions League, games where we won, games where we lost, and games where we drew. And I think there's no better place to start than Anfield away, start of the season, losing 1-0. Now, if you look at this screenshot, you can see Gyökeres is in a prime position to make a run across the face of Konate. Martinelli has the ball in the middle, and let's play it to see what happens. Gyökeres has made the run, and for some reason, Martinelli has ignored him. For some reason, Martinelli drives into traffic, he drives the ball into nowhere, and the chance is gone. Now with this clip, my point is not that Martinelli is bad. My point is that this is the difference between nice possession and elite chance creation. The striker has made his run, Gyökeres has done his job, but for some reason, Martinelli chose the option that nobody even put on the table for him. The run was made, but the pass didn't come. Now I'm going to fast forward all the way until Arsenal winning at home 2-0 to Brentford. It's the same theme, but different players. Now in this moment, Calafiori has the ball in the middle of the park and Gyökeres is making a dart and run in between 2 defenders. Essentially, if Calafiori puts this just in behind, if he weights the ball correctly, Gyökeres has a 1v1, a first time finish, a first time chance to make Arsenal's lead go from 1-0 to 2-0. And everybody knows, 2-0 is a whole lot more comfortable than 1-0. And this is what I mean when I say he can look quiet. If you go off of just match reports or what people say on Twitter, you'd think, oh yeah, Gyökeres is terrible, he's making nothing for himself. But in this instance, we see that Calafiori completely ignores Gyökeres. Now again, I'm not trying to do this to put blame on Arsenal's players and say Arsenal are all terrible, they're ignoring Gyökeres. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm just trying to provide a balanced argument and some context behind why Gyökeres' goals are so low. Why, in my previous video, like I mentioned, his shots per 90 are so low. And as we play it on, you can see that Calafiori ignores Gyökeres' run, takes a shot for himself, and even before he takes a shot, does have another chance just to slip it into Gyökeres. But I'm not going to blame Calafiori for taking the shot. I'm blaming Calafiori for not finding that early pass earlier on. Because again, that could be another goal scoring opportunity for Gyökeres. Now this next one is a bit controversial because Saka actually ends up scoring in this moment. But this freeze frame is still important. And it's important because it shows that when you play Gyökeres, Gyökeres actually, with his runs, makes space for other people too. When he attacks the box, someone else becomes free. Sometimes it's a striker and sometimes it's the shooter. And in this instance, Saka backs himself. And fair enough, all credit to him because he does get the goal. But when Arsenal build habits, especially with Gyökeres up front, this type of chance needs to be repeatable. It can't be a thing of, oh yeah, thankfully we got a good deflection off of Kelleher and it went in the back of the net. And I actually believe the only time that Saka had a chance to square it is right when he controls the ball from that pass in midfield. He could play a simple first time pass across the face of the defender and Gyökeres is in with a 1v1. But I don't have too much of a problem with that instance because Arsenal still scored at the end of that play. And just before we move on to the last 2 instances where Gyökeres' run was ignored, if you guys are enjoying this video, please be sure to slap a like on it. You guys did absolutely crazy on the last video. I am going this time. If we can get 20 likes on this video, I'll be absolutely over the moon. And also comment down below. I want to hear from you. These chances where Gyökeres is being ignored, are they half chances or are they stonewall chances that Arsenal need to be slipping Gyökeres into? Let's get back to the video. Next, we're heading to the Champions League where Arsenal won 2-0 at home against Olympiacos. But the scoreline could have been so much more. And this type of match is the perfect example as to why Arsenal fans get frustrated. Because Arsenal won 2-0, we kept a clean sheet and got 3 points. But there were still instances where the striker's run were being ignored. And if you look at this little screenshot where Martinelli takes a heavy touch into traffic really, instead of looking up and squaring Gyökeres, you can see, look at how high Olympiacos' line is. Look at the body shape of the person pressing Martinelli. That is the moment you play the striker in behind. But instead, it's a heavy touch. Instead, the chance goes. And instead, we win, but we don't kill teams. And that's why in certain games, it feels like, yes, we were in control. Yes, we were the better side. But we didn't kill them. We didn't absolutely put them away 4, 5, 6 goals to nil. Now with this last one that I'm going to show you where Gyökeres was ignored, this one is quite surprising because it's from a player that you wouldn't really expect, or at least I wouldn't expect, to ignore such a run. And don't get me wrong, in this game, Odegaard was sensational. But in this clip, he commits a crime. Now in this clip, Gyökeres not only makes one movement, he makes 2. The first one, he peels off to the right. The second one, he peels off to the left. And still, he was ignored. And frankly, he's done the hard part. He's been toying with the centre-backs, trying to make them think, am I going to go this way? Am I going to go that way? Are you going to follow me, or are you going to block off the pass? Now, this one is tough, because I'm not even trying to slander Odegaard and say he's not an elite creator. But this is where you need to make a pass with intent. You need to make that pass that I know you're capable of making. You need to make that pass that slips Gyökeres in and is at the perfect weight that allows him to take it in his stride and strike it within 2 touches. And then it goes to the overall intent of all of our attacking moves. Do we want to hurt the opponent with one simple pass? Or do we want to actually cycle it around the box and create a chance that probably could have happened 3 phases of play ago? Because with the rest of this clip, it goes to Trossard, the shot gets blocked, and the opportunity goes away. But we've taken a look at all the chances that he's had when he's been ignored and made the right runs. But let's look at now when he's been fed the ball and he's either scored or done really well with it. So let's rewind all the way back to Anfield at the start of the season, because it's the same game, but different phase of play. And this is what I like to call the Gyokeres effect. A long ball in behind, he has the time to control it, shield the ball from Konate, play it back into the middle of the park where I think Timber takes a shot, it deflects, it goes to Calafiori, and it has another goal scoring opportunity. These are the times where Gyökeres should be getting the ball. And these are the times where I say that it's not just about finishing when it comes to Gyökeres. This is where we see him holding the ball up and actually creating a chance for other people in the team. And as we all know, Arsenal definitely require that of their striker. And if we switch to the next game, a complete dismantling of newly promoted Leeds at home, you can see it was in this moment that Arsenal fans started to get excited about Viktor Gyökeres. Because Arsenal win and Gyökeres gets a brace. Yes, I know one of them was a penalty. But this is what happens when you actually feed him in the right zones. This is an early pass by Calafiori over the top into a space that Gyökeres absolutely loves. And this is the instance where he doesn't need to think. All of this is instinctual. Drive into space, cut inside from the left and strike. It is simple. It is second nature for Gyökeres. But unfortunately, he hasn't had too many of those chances. And this is why you can't just use lack of service as an excuse. It's more so about playing to the profile of the striker you have. Because a long ball over the top like that might not work for Havertz, and it might not work for Jesus, but it will definitely work for Viktor Gyökeres. And now, the last section of the video. Chances that Gyökeres should have been doing better. And like I said, with this video, I'm not showing Gyökeres to be the person that is doing everything right and the rest of the team are doing wrong. There is some blame on Gyökeres' side too. Again, let's take a look at that Olympiacos game, because in this clip, he gets played through. He beats the defender on a 1v1, and then he skies it over the bar. And let's be honest, that is a huge moment, because at this level, in this type of competition, that's where the narrative shifts from, yeah, a nice striker making some good runs, and an elite finisher. And if you want to be the guy that everyone goes to for a goal when it comes to Arsenal, you have to put that away. So in short, with that opportunity, he has to do better. And let's go to Arsenal's second loss of the season, away at Aston Villa. Now, we all know the Aston Villa game was late chaos with Buendia, and it stopped Arsenal getting a point in stoppage time. But with this clip, Rice squares the ball across the box, and for some reason, I think Gyökeres is flat-footed. I think Gyökeres doesn't think Rice is going to put the ball into the middle of the box. But this is where you need to have that elite poacher mindset, because all the elite poachers are arriving in the box, they're busting a gut to get across their man even before the defender knows what's happening. And this is where the margins of the Premier League hits you. His run is only half a second or a second late, and the chance disappears. That is the Premier League, and that is the standards that he's up against. And then lastly, an almost identical chance in a game where Arsenal actually did win, but still performed poorly, at home against Wolves. And like I said, even in a win, these things matter. Saka gets the ball out wide and fizzes it across the box, and this time his run, he does make that run, but he does get there just a second late. And this is the difference between, yeah, okay, we still won, so I guess it's not that deep, and having standards that make Arsenal a ruthless machine. Because that ball across the box should be a striker's bread and butter. If Arsenal really wants to become ruthless and Gyökeres really wants to show his worth, then that type of movement needs to become automatic. You can't afford to be a second late. To put it simply, there needs to be no hesitation in his movements. There's definitely been times where Gyökeres has made a run and Arsenal has simply ignored him. And that's mainly because they need to see the run earlier, they need to be aware of the runs that he's going to make, and just do it. But there have also been times where he's been fed and he scored like he has against, Leeds or Nottingham Forest, and times where he's also put other players into the game. He's made chances for other players that have either been taken or not. And then lastly, definitely times where he needs to do better. Those are the moments that separate a good striker and an elite finisher. And all three of those takeaways are things that Arsenal and Gyökeres must consider for the rest of the season. Now, have your say down below. Do you think with some of the ones I said he should be doing better, I've been a bit harsh, or have I been spot on? There are times where he's been ignored. Were those really chances that he could have taken, or were they more half chances? As always, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you slap a like. I really appreciate all your support on the last video. Honestly, it means the world. And hopefully moving forward this season, we can see Gyökeres get more comfortable, Arsenal become more adaptive in attacks, and start to see the striker that everyone saw at Sporting. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join MB United. If you like videos like this, I'm going to be releasing them every single week, every single Sunday. So make sure you turn on your notification bell to stay tuned. Just before we go, there's going to be a video popping up right here, and I think you're going to enjoy this video just as much as you enjoyed this one. So be sure to click that, give it a watch, and until next time, keep it real, and I'll see you in a bit.